So let's start by cleaning our clams. First things first is to scrub the shells with a scour pad. We'll do this over a bowl of water, and this will help to remove any sand or debris from our clams. And there's our clean shell. When we cook our clams, the cooking liquid is usually used, so we want it to be free of any sand or debris. Now I'll place these in a strainer, and there's our cleaned clams. Next, in a mixing bowl, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of salt and whisk in 1 liter of cold water until it's fully dissolved. And this is what's called a purge, and we need this to taste like the sea so that the clams can feel free to open up and purge any sand or gunk within the shell. I'll taste, and essentially we want this really salty like the sea. We'll add the clams in and let them hang out for 1 to 2 hours. After which I'll remove, and as you can see, they've released a little amount of gunk. I'll now strain, and here's our cleaned clams. In a container lined with a damp towel, we'll add the clams with the curved side portion of the shell facing up. We'll place the towel over top and into the fridge, where they can remain stored for up to 2 days. And that's how you clean clams. Next is our mussels, so we store it the same way as we do with our clams. And the first thing we want to do is check for what's called a beard, and it'll usually be on the outside of the shell and will feel and look like fibrous thread. To remove, simply pinch with your fingers and pull. Next thing we want to look for is any open shells. This can be a sign that our mussel may be dead, which we'll toss out if so. But to test if it's alive, we can press down on the shell or tap it with our finger, and if it closes shut by its own, then the mussel is alive and can be used. We'll test for that a few more times here. And this one is dead, as it didn't shut by itself. Now off to the next step, which is to scrub our mussels over cold water, just as we did with our clams. Again, it's important that we remove any sand or debris so that it doesn't end up in our sauce later on. I'll add the mussels in some clean water for a final rinse, and back out. As you can see with the dirt left behind, this is an important step. Now here's our beautiful cleaned mussels, which we can store in our container lined with a damp towel. Lastly, we're going to learn how to shuck an oyster. So the 2 tools you'll need is an oyster shucker, and when selecting one, you'll want the blade to be extremely rigid. So basically when bending, you don't want it to flex whatsoever. Second tool is an offset spatula, and this is great because of how it flexes, which will help to get under our oyster so that we can disconnect it from the shell. Now, oysters are stored in the same way as mussels and clams. However, we want the flat side of the shell to be facing up. This will ensure that they do not open and lose their liquid. Now here's our oyster with the flat side up, and we have a crevice here which is called the hinge. This is where we'll be inserting our shucker's blade. Next, with a dry towel, place over top the oyster to protect your hands as the edges can be quite sharp and jagged. We'll then add the tip of our blade inside the hinge and shimmy it while applying force until it's locked in. We'll then turn our handle left to right until the hinge unlocks and the shell opens up. Now on the interior of this flat shell, there's an abductor muscle which we'll need to cut through. So place the blade inside, make sure it's flat against the top shell, and slide across like so. And this is where the abductor muscle was attached. In the same location but underneath, there's a second abductor muscle which is also attached, so we'll place our shucker underneath to slice through and disconnect. And here's our beautiful oyster. We'll demonstrate once again, so add your blade inside and feel for it to lock in, then turn in order to release both shells. We'll then slide through the abductor and again release it from the bottom as well. And we'll demonstrate one more time. Now here, some of the oyster was cut during the process of slicing the top abductor muscle, so if that happens, simply use the offset spatula to release the bottom abductor muscle and then flip on the other side, which will help with presentation. And there we have it. And that is how you shuck an oyster.